Alrighty. Cold
Alrighty.
open.
I feel like there's a lot of pressure on a cold open, and we just gotta we'll get to a point where we don't even have to say that this is a cold open. We're just cold opening.
Yeah. It's been a rough week for me.
Why do I feel like I've walked into one of those monologue performances? It's been a rough week for me.
Let me tell you what happened to me this week. Just fucking tired of the cold.
I thought it was kind of nice today.
No, it was beautiful today, but
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to leave the house because I've been sick.
So what is it? Is it too cold or was it too nice today? I think you're telling some lies on this witness stand.
Again, all I'm picturing is an alligator from Princess Frog.
I am not insulted by that reference.
Not Princess Frog, the Princess and the Frog.
It's the princess and the frog.
I
They
do
were two
declare.
main characters. And welcome back to another edition of Outdated with me, Matt Rebar.
Hi, I'm Mikey.
Ooh, fun little intro.
Fun times.
You snuck that in there. I like that.
Hi, I'm Mikey Sowers. Yeah.
You know, you sound so excited to be Mikey Sowers there.
I have my days.
Speaking of, oh my god, I keep burping. Excuse me. I had some peanut curry before this, which probably is not the best food to eat pre-podcast. Also, your cat just did the most adorable sneeze. Did you hear that?
He sneezes a lot.
He went.
Yeah.
That was the cutest cat sneeze ever. Good job, Obo.
Baby. Yeah.
Anywho, what's your day in life like?
Well, I had an actual date.
What?
It was a coffee date.
Oh, wait, what? Mm-hmm. Okay, question.
Yeah.
What coffee place?
We went to The Root.
Oh my god, I love the Root Cafe.
Yes,
Did you
it's
eat
a
or
nice
just have
Root.
coffee?
Just coffee.
See, I wouldn't have been able to help myself. I would have been eating. I would have been like, I know we said coffee, but I'm going to get a calzone and a scone.
That would have been nice. But, I wanted to keep it light.
Minimal.
Yeah. Minimal.
And have an escape route. 'Cause
Breezy.
a coffee date's a really good escape route. If you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's get into it. Yeah, so
Did not go well?
I mean,
It went medium.
see,
medium rare.
talking on the app, the Hinge, we had lots in common.
Okay.
Okay, we had great conversations.
Great conversation.
It was great.
It was great. Was that? Oh, I was waiting for you to say what you had in common.
We were both nerds we were both
Nerds.
into cult classic movies.
Cult. In a cult. We're in a cult.
Not in a cult.
Cult. You said cult.
Jeez. No, we're into cult classic movies.
Oh, well, next time say cult. You said cult classic movies. And I heard cult.
You're judging the way that I speak. I'm noticing a trend.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I'm listening.
yeah. So we had a lot in common.
Okay.
So I was interested in
Yeah.
meeting up because I'm sick of not meeting anyone.
Yeah. And it looked good on paper.
It did. Right. However,
But when the theory got applied.
when the theory got applied, yeah, it did not go well.
Okay.
The personalities just didn't match.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like it's nice when personalities mesh instantly. But that's not everybody.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it takes time for it to finally kind of fall into place. But oh my god, when it's a first date and it's just hitting two rocks against each other.
Right.
Oh.
Also, I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but listen, update your goddamn photos.
Oh no.
Update your goddamn photos.
No. How bad was it?
2019, everybody looked great. And then COVID hit. I understand. We understand. You know what I mean? We know. We all went through it.
Yeah.
But update your damn photos.
Was it an update where you were like, oh, I wouldn't have been upset with if you looked like X,
Right.
Or was it an update where it was like, whoa, you
No.
really?
It was not. No, it was not. Whoa. It was just, come on.
Huh.
You are not representing yourself very well.
And you know what? That actually happened to me one time, and I felt bad because it wasn't the issue. Wasn't that I was not necessarily attracted. It was more like, wow, like you really. It's one thing to be like, here's a really good picture of me. I've gained like 15 pounds. Here's like a picture of me when I was blonde. I'm no longer blonde. You know, I have some pictures of me with short hair. I currently have long hair. Like, people change like a little bit, but like, there's one time where it was like, dude, you went from a twink to a bear and you're showing twink pics. Mm-hmm. Like, you gotta update that.
Yeah.
It's one thing to go from a twink to a twunk or a twink to a twink.
I wish I could go from twink to twunk. God damn it. I'm trying.
But like, to actually, you went through some kind of physical change.
Metamorphosis.
That had to have happened over a long period of time. You know, it's not like anyone wakes up instantly and we've lost or gained a large amount of weight. Like, you know, it takes time to gain or lose weight, right?
Yes.
So that always boggles me. I'm like, whoa. Like, I don't know. I guess we all want to look the best. I get that. But I feel like when you feed into this image that, oh, no, this is me. Even though, like you said, like that me is 2019. That's
this is me at the best I've ever looked ever.
Yeah. It's like, what's that song where it's like, this is me? It's like, this is me from 2019. Like, 2024.
And it turns into Taylor Swift. This is me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
No. It's me. No, it's you. Hi, you're the problem. It's you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not you. But.
Yeah.
So you were taken a little bit aback.
Just taken aback. So
yeah.
Just
did you say something or did you let it
Of
slide?
course not. Why would I say something?
Well, some people
I mean, I
would
have
say
now.
And this is outdated.
And this is outdated.
Well,
on
some
Spotify.
people would stream us on Pandora and iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Some people would say something though.
I would no.
I couldn't.
Absolutely
I
not.
couldn't. I hate confrontation. I'm so bad at it.
I am too.
I think I might make hinting comments, maybe, depends, but yeah, I wouldn't call it out directly.
No. I mean, initially I was a little,
Perturbed.
Yes.
Flabbergasted.
Right. But I continued the coffee date, just hoping, we would click on something. Mm-hmm. But crickets. I mean, we kept talking, but just I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it.
I sometimes too, like I'll get bored or checked out, or if my mind wanders, that's not usually a good sign either.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If I can't stay in the room with you, it's like, and I'm thinking about like, oh, I have things to do.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like, that's bad.
No, there was a point where I'm like, like digging in my nails. Like, I just want this to be over. But
is it that hard for people to captivate me? Is it undiagnosed ADHD? I don't think I'm that hard to captivate. Am I hard to captivate?
We're actors, though.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been this way for quite a while.
I do declare I have always been normal, Mikey. I've never been weird. I think I could be captivated at any point. I don't know. Okay, suddenly I went from like Southern lawyer to like old lady there at the end. But maybe it is.
But
do we have a higher expectation of like captivation?
I think we do. Just because
that's why we're out here struggling, because I think a lot of people are normal and they have normal captivation levels and they get captivated by guys who are like, I like to paint.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like, what do you paint? Let me see your work.
Yeah,
Bring it out. Who are you inspired by?
Yeah.
Big brush or little brush? Warm colors, cool colors. Cubism? What do you think about that?
We surround ourselves with big personalities.
We surround ourselves by big personalities, and this is a shout out to all our friends who are listening. Big personalities, people who are doing things, going places, making their marks.
Yes,
they're cultivating their crops. They are like little lords of the forest, and they're getting their fence and building their castle, and they're doing things. And some people, and this is not a slam, some people are just chilling on the beach.
Right.
And I love that for you. If that's you, that's you. But yeah, you're right. It is hard for us to meet people who are also like go-getters.
Right.
And I have a lot of friends, but yeah, you're right. It's like we surround ourselves by who like we see in ourselves, I guess. Like, so like we want to be around kind of people who have things going on and who are like interesting and dimensional, and some people like, you know, they're just chilling, which I love that for them. I do.
Yeah.
Does it sound like we were talking down to people? I hope not. You're a basic bitch, and that's okay.
Right.
We love you.
Basically. So what about
how
you?
did it end? You're at the coffee shop.
I mean, we don't.
You did not have any of the delicious food at Root Cafe.
There was
I'm
no
really
delicious food eating, so we just parted ways. Like,
there was no end. There was no.
it was just like
Later.
Oh yeah, thanks for.
So it was mutual.
Probably not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I may have.
Have you talked
not
since?
responded to a text just because that kind of sends the message that
Okay, so where do you fall on this? Because I agree. You know what I love the most? I call it a mutual soft fade out.
Yeah.
Like when both parties, like the text kind of gets slow and like, and they're not as lengthy, and it comes to a close at some point. It's like an 80s song. It just kind of fades out softly.
Would you prefer that someone tells you, "I'm just not into it"?
I think I would, simply because I can put that time elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I'm like Hermione Granger in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban with her little time watch thing. You know, I love time. Give me time. I'll take 16-hour days and I'll turn that around and do a lot of things. So yeah, I like when people go, you know what? No. I actually had someone last year who, you know my schedule, Mikey. I'm crazy. I'm like, I mean, describe my schedule to people listening.
I'm surprised you're here right now. That's how your schedule is. Like, I'm surprised you have a moment. Yeah.
Well, for you, always. But I had someone I was talking to for like maybe 2 weeks, and they're like, when are we going to meet? When are we going to meet? And I'm like, listen, we've been talking for 2 weeks. Like, personally, to me, that's not like, if it was like a month and we haven't met, I'd be like, let's meet. But like, I don't know, 2 weeks is like a very short amount of time to me.
See, if it's on an app, what my therapist has been telling me is instant. Do it.
Really?
Meet. Yeah. Like, if you have good conversation, if you click on something, just do it.
And is your therapist like married or anything?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's with someone. Yeah.
Himself?
Yes.
No, I mean, is he with himself? Like,
no, he's an adult
with an adult
male who's about my age with another male.
Okay, just clarifying.
He's gay. Yes. I love my therapist. He's a sex expert. But
a sexpert? I love
he's
it.
a sexpert, yeah. Which is, yeah. I mean,
anywho,
with my problems, I needed a sex expert.
With all your problems.
Yes. Right. But yeah.
Where were we? I don't even know where we were. Oh, my schedule. So, yeah, he's like, oh, we should meet. Finally, I wake up and he goes, I've personally lost interest. And so I'd like to just be friends.
No.
Because of like the fact that we haven't met yet.
Well.
And I was like, I get it, but like that to me was like a sign like it ain't gonna work with me then. Like I'm busy, I have things going on. Now I can build someone into my schedule. Like I build you into my schedule. I build other friends into my schedule. I build my passions into my schedule. But like it's hard to build a stranger into my schedule.
Right.
You know, and I'm not gonna like lie to guys and say, oh, I have all this free time for you. Like if it works, it works. If it clicks, it clicks. And there are times where I agree with your therapist where like I've met a guy after a few days.
I would second that though.
Yeah.
I would say if you're into someone, you should find the time soon.
I agree. I think if you're really into somebody, you do make that time quicker.
But then that just means that you weren't that into it.
I don't think I was that into it. I must not have been.
It's fine.
But
it faded because it was meant to fade.
Sounds like a Lana Del Rey lyric. It faded because it was meant to fade.
Speaking of therapy, on today's episode.
Oh yeah, let's get. Wait, we didn't talk about my day in life yet.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought you kind of segued
that could be
into
my
it.
Story. Yeah, that could be a story. We'll call it a day. We're already at 15 minutes in, and all we've talked about is you and a coffee date.
No,
we have good chats. All right. Do you want me to intro this, or do you want?
Yeah,
to intro it?
I mean, it's a great idea. So,
all right. So I don't know about you guys. I love a good Reddit. For those good Reddit, like they come in like little cans
Did you
of
read
free.
it?
Do you Reddit? Reddit is like very classic messaging board meets like Facebook meets Twitter kind of thing going for it.
Meets yelling into the void.
100%. Well, that's all social media. And so we're in the gay bros section.
Yeah.
And the Gay Bros, should I read what it's called? Gay Bros? Okay.
Yeah, read
Gay
it.
Bros has 418,000 members, and it's a network built for gay men who aren't confined to a media stereotype. We come together around shared interests like sports, technology, and media.
You lost me at sports.
I love how they had to lead with sports to make it very clear we are not media stereotypes. And then they say technology and media, which like that could be the same. That could probably be like one buzzword. But anywho, we're on here and we're reading some posts. So which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the I'm 22.
Oh.
Yeah. Should I read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Read.
I'll read it. All right. Hey, everyone. I'm 22, dating a guy 30 for around 5 months. We agree to say it's the sanest relationship we've ever had. Every moment we share is incredible. We did a trip where we enjoyed a lot. We spend every weekend together. We are both so happy. The English teacher in me is dying right now. But
I think it's someone. It's definitely someone who
it's like
English
very
is a
conversational. Okay.
It's definitely someone who with English as a second language.
But yeah, but we are still officially dating and not in relationship.
You could just edit it as you read.
Okay,
it.
fine. We said we would talk about it in 5 to 6 months. But yesterday, after a few sad days, he told me he needed to talk about it, and I needed too, that he was crying every day for a week. He arrived at my place and instantly cried, saying he's scared of losing me. He told me all the feelings he has for me. We never shared what we feel because we were both very introverted people. But he told me he couldn't believe in a relationship because he thinks even if he doesn't need it now, as he's enjoying every single moment with me, he's forecasting that in the future he will need a creative person alongside him. He's an artist and I'm not. While saying that, he cried, still a lot. I honestly feel like he has deep feelings toward me, but because of social construction he grew up with, he thinks an artistic-minded guy would suit better for a long-term relationship. Saying that he cried still a lot. Honestly, I just read that. Right? Yeah. Except for that, every single aspect of our situationship is awesome. We didn't expect that it would be this nice. We have the same idea of relationship, not living together, quality time, prioritizing, blah, blah, blah. So I'm lost. We see each other on Saturday. He told me how impatient he was to see me, but we didn't make any decision, and it makes me a little anxious. He's very sensitive and he's crying because he doesn't want to lose me, but I can't figure out what could be the best option. Okay.
So I'm not going to lie. I kind of get where the quote artist is coming from. But if you've been talking to someone for 5-6 months, it's going great. You align on so many levels. Who cares?
Yeah.
And also, if you're so concerned with the end relationship, like your end game relationship has to be with an artist, why are you barking up this tree to begin with?
Yeah.
So it is messy behavior for sure. But like, I get why people get into this mindset of like, I'm X. I really want to date someone who's X.
Yeah.
Whether that's like the art thing or, similar profession or, a viewpoint on like, I want kids. I don't want kids. I want marriage. I don't want marriage. These things aren't maybe important, but like, I don't know. I mean, don't you feel like it's a little like too much?
I'm thinking I'm not understanding where this came from. Because like when you're first dating someone,
Yeah.
you have these conversations about what you're looking for.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of odd to me that it's gone 6 months and they're still not calling it what it is. So
I think I don't mind the idea that they had a 6-month situation ship.
sure.
But the fact that it's not progressing simply because someone's not an artist, it's like, but if you're saying it's all good and you love it and you don't want to lose somebody, like that's what's you're gonna hang up on. Like I don't know. I feel like that's such a minor hill.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing to say, I don't think this could be a relationship because you want kids and I don't. I don't think this could be a relationship because you want to live in the city, I want to live in the country. Like there are certain things that like, yeah, I could see that being a roadblock or a barrier to making an actual relationship happen. But
Right.
you're talking about the fact that he's not an artist?
Yeah. There's a lot of kind of blank spots that we need to fill in here too.
But also as an artist, like I do have a lot of friends who are artists, but my best friend is a very logical person who wouldn't describe themselves as creative, which I disagree because I think creativity doesn't necessarily mean I'm painting, I'm writing. Like creativity is just the way that you view world, the way that you view like how to problem solve, how to get out of a tough spot, how to come up with a plan B and execute it. Like creativity, I hate the idea that he wrote here too. Like I need to surround myself with creative people. You can do that in all sorts of different ways. Like creativity really is a giant umbrella. Most people have a level of connection to creativity, even if they don't know it or don't practice it often. So I'm calling BS. BS City. And for 30, immature as hell. I'm sorry. Like, I'm younger than this guy. And I feel like this guy is being kind of a baby.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the comments, where do you think the comments went?
No idea.
Oh, they're pissed at this 30-year-old guy.
Okay. Our first comment, at 30, he should know that everyone is creative in their own way. Like you said.
Yeah.
He's refusing to see that side of you, and that's on him.
You know, that's interesting too. You'd think that after 5-6 months, he would make an effort to look for the creativity within the partner.
I don't know what his definition of artist is.
It's
anyway.
probably very like standard
specific
artist creativity. Like I paint, I play piano,
Yeah.
which is creative and artistic, but again, like those boundaries are like you could say someone who cooks is an artist. You could say someone who is an electrician. The way that they like put the wires in the walls. Like I mean, art is such a wide term, you know?
Okay. The next comment is, there is something wrong with him. He is 30. He is in a relationship with you and already, but he goes out of his way to claim that it is not a relationship. Then he cries. This unsolicited advice from people.
Have you dated someone? Have you been in conversation with someone who had like a weird limitation like this? Who was like, I can't date you because you don't meet this requirement that you're like, that's the requirement?
The 20-something who had a problem with me being 40.
Which is crazy because you look younger than most 20-year-old people I know.
Yeah. I know. So, a similar situation. Yeah. So, everything was great. It was a couple months. It was a situationship. Just couldn't come to calling it what it was because of my age.
Yeah.
I find that it's infuriating sometimes when I think about it. Which is why I ended it, because if you're not comfortable with my age now, you will never be comfortable with my age. So
yeah, because you're only gonna get older.
I'm only getting older.
You know what? I know you don't like that I'm 40 now, but next year I'm gonna be 38.
And then when you're 34 and I'm 50.
Hey, good news. I'm a Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button. Hi.
Here's another post. Found out that my boyfriend is an online bully. My boyfriend of years, and I'm preparing to move in with him, just bragged that he and his cousin like to gang up on people on social media. He said things like, I don't need your approval. I told you I was a terrible person. In general, though, he's very affectionate and sweet. I know he cares about me, but this is hard to overlook. I have a serious problem. And I know it's toxic to whip out, stop doing this or I'm leaving you without very good reason. And I don't want to, but I don't think I can literally live with someone I know who goes around trying to make people miserable for no reason. How do I handle this?
Oh my God. That's like textbook narcissist.
Well, it's crazy that this is like years long relationship. Everything's perfect, and then like I just found out that they're an online bully. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no other signs or flags. Have you dated someone who was like doing really sketch behavior like this on the side?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Or I hadn't.
See, I think I'm pretty good. I can spot behavior like that. I feel like maybe this person is a little like da 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 da, and like just recently came across it, which is kind of weird. But you guys, there's a ton of edits on this. So
Whoa.
everyone's like, thank you for the feedback. We went to talk to him, and he did talk, and the situation isn't fully resolved. I told my boyfriend it would be difficult to move in with someone who did this sort of online bullying, and I wasn't happy with the responses. I won't be taking any more steps towards moving in with him until he shows me he won't do this anymore, and if he can't, I'll dissolve things. I know a lot of you would prefer a cleaner break, but this is what I'm emotionally prepared to do right now. Starting to get replies to the effect of, why are you wasting your time if you don't listen? And that's unfortunately pretty toxic of people. Like, people genuinely just want like their advice. But I don't know, would that be a deal breaker for you? Like, in terms of like moving in or continuing a relationship, if you found out like, you know, I don't know, they're like a Barb on Twitter yelling at Megan Thee Stallion, or like they're doing something that you're like, this is so out of character and it's a little unnerving to me. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I've been in situations personally where I've gotten into this loop of fighting with people online.
Yeah.
So everybody has it in them to do that. You know, like it was something so silly. Like, I was in a chat room about Kingdom Hearts and someone was like ragging on it for being too easy or whatever. And then I was just like, well, you know, oh no, I know what it was. It was like the corporate America aspect of video game something, and people complaining about paying this much money for it. I'm like, well, you don't have to buy it, you know? And then they're like, well, you don't know that we as consumers need to, you know, it was just so silly to have this conversation with someone because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, things were said like boomer and millennial.
Yeah.
So I have it in me, but I don't understand being an internet cyberbully.
Yeah.
So I've never had a situation where I've met someone who has done it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I almost want to know, like, who is being cyberbullied? Because what it says here is gang up on people on social media. And he says, I don't need your approval. I told you I'm a terrible person. Like, is this like poor random people? Or is this like we're cyberbullying Megan Thee Stallion? Are we cyberbullying Nicki Minaj? Like, are we part of Stan Twitter? Mm-hmm. Like, I almost want to know, like, who are they targeting? Not that I think it really changes, but it's so curious to me how I just want to know ages. I'm assuming 20s. I'm getting 20s.
Who knows? But I see it happen a lot in the video gaming arena.
Yeah.
You know, like on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
People just ragging on people just for stupid shit. Like bad play or, you know.
Well, you know what it always comes down to? They just want to feel better about themselves.
They sure do.
It's no joke. All of that, it comes back to they're insecure. They hate themselves. They are jealous. They're miserable. And any vitriol that they can use against somebody makes themselves feel better. Mm-hmm. Which sucks. Is that, like, I don't want people in a position where they're feeling shitty about themselves and then making other people shitty. Like, that sucks. You got to break that cycle. It's not a healthy cycle. So.
No, it's not.
Whew, rough one. Do you want to read our last one, which is a little steamy?
Oh, yeah. Let's get it. What is the etiquette for bringing a guy over with roommates? This situation is a bit more fickle because I rent a room in my sister's house.
Oh.
If it was anyone else, I wouldn't care. I pay for the room. I should be able to bring a guy over to my room.
Yeah.
I'm respectful about it so people won't hear, and we're all adults. But it's a smaller house with thin walls. So we must be like a screamer.
Why does it feel like this is like a song that Halsey wrote? It's a smaller house with thinner walls. Like, okay.
All right. And I'm not looking to hook up with strangers, but a guy I'm exclusive with. So it's not like there are random people coming over constantly. In fact, I've introduced them. Well, it was Valentine's Day. I wasn't planning on having sex with him today, but of course it led to it. We were quick and completely quiet.
Oh, God.
I played some background music. Then the walk of shame as we left for Denny's. Like, okay, thoughts?
Okay, the real walk of shame is that they walked to frickin' Denny's. I'm sorry. I'm judging you more for the Denny's than the Valentine's Day quiet sex.
To get a nice beef dip.
There was 2 Grand Slams.
2 Grand Slams. Thoughts? I don't know.
There was some hammies, and then there was some eggs over the hammies. That was okay.
So thoughts? I don't know how to approach this because this is my sister. I don't want to talk about sex with her, but I also live with her and her fiance. But it's not like they're prudes. I just don't know if this is inappropriate to do when there are people around.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
Here's this. Okay, a few things. First
Let's
of all,
talk.
when you have a roommate, even
Yeah.
if that's your sister or that's 5 cousins or Molly McGee and her cousin Judy,
Yeah.
you need to have that talk about what's the hookup policy? What's the strangers in the house at night policy?
Yeah.
Is it no hookups? We don't want random people in the house. We don't care if you're, screwing the whole baseball team. Don't bring them over. Is it laissez-faire?
Mm-hmm.
Is it if we meet them, they can stay over? Like, there needs to be that set policy no matter what.
Right.
They didn't have that talk. They should have had that talk.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like, okay, if we know what the situation is, it make it clear. 2, you've introduced. So I feel like that makes it even like more safer. It's not like it's some rando. If you've said, oh, this is the person I'm seeing, this is Derek, right? Like that makes it normal. And I don't know. I if it's your sister and their fiance, they're screwing around too.
Exactly. They're bumping like bunnies too. But
Bumping like bunnies.
this
Oh my
is
gosh.
his boyfriend. First of
Well,
all.
they don't say boyfriend, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Guy I'm exclusive with, not
Yes.
boyfriend.
Okay, exclusive.
Where were you at terms and conditions?
Regular. I'm a regular. He's a regular to my bed. Okay, whatever. But yeah, etiquette. It's your room. You're paying for
Yeah.
it. You can do what the fuck you want unless there is a conversation before that.
I think what's lacking here is there needed to be a roommate discussion about this kind of policy.
Yeah.
But if you're seeing someone, then yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So
You can't put a condition on something after.
yeah. Ooh, that sounds like a Mariah Carey lyric. You can't put a condition on something after it happens. So, now what happens when you're trying to hook up with someone, and the roommates find out that they're a cyberbully?
Yeah.
Have you ever had roommate issues with hooking up? What's the or have you always hooked up solo a mano? Or no, what's house in Spanish?
Well,
solo a casa.
So currently I live in a home where
Wait, we're in a home?
this is a house.
What?
Yes. But I am renting a full apartment from
Yeah.
my mom who lives on the upstairs floor.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I get this whole etiquette thing.
Well, no offense. I mean, you can have someone over and make a little bit of noise.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, you can't be coming over. Ah! You can't have any of that pterodactyl
Screaming.
sex.
Yeah. So I am all for quiet sex with a little mood music.
Wait a minute. Are you coming out pro quiet sex?
I wish
How
I was
brave.
coming at all.
How stunning. It's going to be controversial, guys, but I love quiet sex. What?
Listen, vanilla. Psh, I'm just cold milk at this point.
You're like Amish ice cream.
Like Amish ice cream.
You're like
Baby, I'm so vanilla.
What was that diet that everyone had? Like not South Beach, the Atkins diet. You're like Atkins
yeah.
ice cream. You're just milk.
Just Atkins ice cream. Just milk with
Just milk.
A spritz of vanilla.
Listen, there's been plenty of times where there's been roommates and I'm trying to like make out with somebody, and you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
All is fair in love and war. And sometimes it's like war. You got to strategize. You got to, you know, put them through a window, put them through a back door, you know, do a little head poking out and double check. You know, make sure there's a, some security. And you got to, yeah.
Sounds like you're describing sexual positions.
I felt like I was describing a heist.
You got to look out the back door. You got to put your head through the window.
I was thinking more like an Ocean 69. Dun, 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 dun. Grab the diamond. Dun.
Ocean 69.
Wouldn't that be a fun video game? Like just a retro video game where it's like Frogger, but like trying to sneak out a hookup. Well, this was really fun. Mm-hmm. Did we learn anything this time?
We learned that we're just as fucked up as these people on Reddit. So.
Yeah, I think we are. Would you like a pickup line and affirmation before you go, Mikey?
Please give me a pickup line.
Excuse me.
Yes?
But I think you dropped something.
Oh, I did?
My jaw.
Oh.
Mikey.
Yeah.
You inspire me to be the best version of myself. And I'm grateful for your support and encouragement.
Cool.
That's like when you get that text and you're like, thumbs up.
Inspire you to be your best self.
You inspire me to be the best version of myself, and I'm grateful for your support and encouragement.
Is that like when you're dating someone who's a little over your league and you feel like you need to work out all the time? Is that similar?
I could not imagine being in one of those relationships where like you feel like you have to step up your game so much and you're like, oh, can you imagine?
Yeah.
I just want to date someone who's like in my league. You know? And I'm not major league. I'd say I'm minor league. Mm-hmm. Maybe like the minor league's minor league, but
sports reference, you lost me.
Well, Gay Bros knows all about sports references.
Gay Bros.
Gay Bros. All right, bro. Well, if you want to follow us, bro, go to starvoltstudios.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Ribstar, HRIBSTAR.
And I'm Mikey_Sowers on Instagram.
Yeah, leave a question, leave a comment. If you want to be a guest, you know someone who make a great guest, send them our way. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you next Friday.
And slide into our DMs too, if you feel like it.
Both the podcast and maybe to date.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Peace out.